Hey there, Janae with Palin Projects here, and in this video I am going to be planting up my Bareroot raspberries. Yes, these are in a pot. I did buy them quite a few weeks ago and I just haven't gotten around to planting them, so I needed to get them into dirt to protect their roots from our elements. We've had one, maybe two-ish snowstorms since I bought these, and I just couldn't get them in the ground fast enough. So I did just preliminary pot them up until I can get them into their final home. I am going to be using Biotone starter fertilizer today. It's at the back door there. I'll be putting that in each of the holes. I will plant each cane, so each one of these plants is considered to be a cane. I will plant each cane about a foot apart. I'm going to be putting them in our L-shaped bed. I did plant strawberries last year there. I didn't keep them wet enough, and unfortunately not a lot of them survived, and so we're gonna move that strawberry bed and put the raspberries in that L shape and just let these guys go crazy there. So I am going to be hooking up drip in that L shape a little bit better for these guys, but I just didn't have it set up last year. I thought I would be able to basically hand water it every day, and I didn't. I lost track of it, and so unfortunately those strawberries did perish, most of them. I still have some of them that survived. But I wanted to talk about the kind of raspberries I have here today. These are a red raspberry. I did buy them in bulk, so I think there's like 25 canes here. I did buy them in bulk, so I did get a decent discount. I bought them from a local nursery. These do have thorns, or they're kind of sticky, or they have stickers kind of. So there are thornless varieties that you can get, but I wanted to try these guys. This is a Caroline. It, what does it say here? Oh, yeah, 25. So there's 25, not 20, in a bucket, or in the bulk price was for 25. They are a 2-year cane, so I should expect to get raspberries. Raspberries in our area go crazy. Blackberries are a little iffy, which I have some to plant as well, but blackberries can be a little iffy. Raspberries take to our area fairly well though. These are an everbearing raspberry. You can get June bearing, I believe is what it's called. June? Is that what it's called? I'll put the word up if I'm misremembering that. But basically, these will produce continuously raspberries. So it's not like a one and done. If you're looking at like canning or making jams or something like that, harvesting all in one fell swoop, I would choose the other variety. We'll go out every day basically and harvest off of these guys and either eat it or freeze it, or whatever, and then when it comes time to canning or whatever I want to do with them, if I want to keep them frozen or if I want to make them into jams or whatever, then we'll do whatever then. But I did want to have kind of like a snacking variety, and so that's why I chose these. These were recommended by the nursery as their favorite. Never had them before. So we're just going to try them out and see what happens. Fill that bed up with raspberries. So the L-shaped bed is 12 foot. No. It's got to be 6 by 6. So each section of the L is 6, and then I believe it's a 3-foot section. So technically it's like a 9 by 9. And then my beds are all 3 foot in width. So I should be able to get all of these canes in that one bed, which is fine. Yeah, I should be able to get them all in if I do a foot in between each of them, and then a foot width. So I'll just stagger the plantings, if that makes sense. It's taking me a little bit to get them in, not only because of the weather, but because we had a kind of a weedy mess in that raised bed as well. So we got that all weeded the other night, so I'm going to try and get these in today. Also, after I plant them, I'm going to bring in some compost. I got a bulk load of compost. I'll top dress that flower bed. Since I have done other plantings in that flower bed, I want to make sure that these guys have enough nutrients to take off well. So I'll top dress with compost. I'll hook my drip up at a later date. We're still getting quite a bit of moisture right now, rainstorms, and then I'm going out there every night anyways to water all of the Bareroot trees and shrubs and everything that I've planted. So I will just put this on my list to water each night as well. What's one more thing, right? So I probably won't do a lot of talking while we're over at that flower bed. I think there's games going on down the street. We live by a baseball complex, so they have music playing, and I don't want to catch that on my mic. Hopefully you can't hear it in this area. I think I'm far enough away that hopefully you guys can't. But I probably won't do a lot of talking over there. I'll do a time lapse of me planting, and then we can take a tour of that area after I'm done. So let's get into it. got the raspberries planted. It's starting to rain, sprinkle, and even though, well, I might be made of sugar, but even though I'm okay with working in the rain, I'm not quite okay with my camera being out in the rain. So I did take you guys along when I planted them. So we got everything planted before the rain started to hit. That's a fruit fly. Yummy. But basically what I did was the soil is light enough in that bed that I can just scoop it with my hand, and I just made holes big enough, threw in some biotone starter fertilizer, placed the plant in, and then covered it up. Since I won't melt, I'm going to go back out and actually water it in. I know I said it's raining, but I want to make sure that, you know, the roots are deep and soaked, or soaked deep, soaked well? Well soaked. There we go. With water, just to make sure that they adapt to their new home well and they have the best chance for survival. Hi, Maverick. So yeah, I'm gonna go back out and water everything in. I didn't get a chance to put compost on, so that will be probably either later today or in a couple of days. I'll go back out and put compost over the top. It's not like necessary that I do it. Not a lot has been planted in that bed, but I still think it would be good to, you know, give them some good fresh nutrients in that bed, since that bed is a couple years old. So, and I don't think I've ever top dressed it. With compost. So it's probably about due for a little compost. And honestly, I'm going to try and do that with all of my beds every year, is just top dress with compost, work that into the soil, and just, you know, build up my soil nutrients in my raised beds and in the ground. I think I've told you guys before, like, our ground is not great. I've tried an in-ground garden for 2 years and I've just epically failed. So we're going with the raised bed option. What I originally started with in that raised bed was 50-50 mix, and what that means is it's 50% topsoil, 50% compost, and it's mixed together. I don't find that gets hard, the compost, and it makes it kind of fluffier, but I don't use like a straight raised bed mix, and so that's why I want to, you know, start incorporating that compost in every year and building up that soil composition in those raised beds, because I do go a little bit cheaper on the soil, which it's not super cheap. It's $25 a yard, so that basically like a scoop on a front loader is what I put in. So in the compost, I think is like $30 a yard or something like that. At least in my area it is. I know in other areas it's a little cheaper, and then other areas it's a little bit more. So that's basically what I pay for my soil to be brought into me, because I don't go in ground necessarily. But anywho, tangent, sorry. Yeah, I'll top dress with compost, and then when I do that, I'll also water it in. But I'm gonna head out in the rain and water everything in. I do have my first tulip, which is pretty exciting, and I need to water all the other Bareroot items in as well. So I hope you enjoyed watching. Hope you learned something, and if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments below. But I'll see you in the next project. Thanks, guys. Bye.